Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. This is going to be a quick practice. It's actually a little bit of a sequence from last night's class that I didn't get to teach. So I was really excited about it, so I want to teach it, so I'm putting it on this video. Let's start, just to begin practice, in child's pose. So you can do it any way you like, with the knees wide or knees close together, maybe with a block or a pillow at the front of the mat to catch your forehead. Hands reaching forward or back. Shut your eyes. Spread your fingers wide and just press your palms into the mat. Press your fingertips into the mat. And let's take 3 breaths here. Really feeling the breath moving through the back of the body, the back of the rib cage. Just letting this sensation of the breath land us on the mat, prepare for practice. And then on your next inhale, let's come up to a tabletop pose. So bring the knees in, hands underneath your shoulders. And we'll take a couple of cat-cows just to start to add some movement to that breath. So as you inhale, tip the tailbone up, drop the tummy. Chest and gaze come forward. And then as you exhale, turn the tailbone down, lift the navel, broaden the shoulders, tuck the chin. Inhale to open the front of the body. Big stretch. And exhale to lift the navel, round the spine. One more time, let's open up the front of the body, just dipping the navel down towards the floor. And then exhale, round the spine. Lift up between the shoulder blades. Now your next inhale, let's find a neutral spine. So really finding some length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Let's extend your right foot straight back behind you. Curl into the toes and just rock a couple of times. Stretching into the bottom of your foot, around the back of your heel, maybe even into the calf. Feels good. And then bring the shoulders over the wrists. Let's lift that right heel right up to the ceiling. Nice big breath in. Now, as you exhale, round your spine like an angry cat and draw your right knee into that space that you made underneath your, in front of your chest. And then inhale to extend right heel straight back about hip height. Exhale to round, pull that knee in. Inhale to extend. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, squeeze, try and compress the front of your thigh to your body. And then inhale to reach. As you exhale, put your right toes down, curl them under at the back of the mat. Press into your hands, press into your right toes, and lift that left knee up off of the mat. Send your left foot back to meet the right, high plank pose. Next breath in, we're going to find our way to a high side plank on the right. So roll to your outer right foot, inner left. Left hand can reach up to the ceiling, or maybe you want to have it at your hip. It's up to you. Your left foot can be staggered, like in front of your right foot, or you can stack it, whatever you like. Let's take another breath here. Big breath in. Lift up out of that right shoulder. Long, slow exhale. One more breath in. Now, as you exhale, bring your gaze to your right hand and step your left foot forward so that you're in a high lunge or a low lunge, like a runner's lunge. You can sink the hips, bring the chest forward, roll the shoulders back, maybe look from right to left here. Bring your left hand inside your left foot and walk your hands around to the long edge of the mat in a forward fold. You can dangle here, or maybe hold your toes or your ankles and pull yourself down. Just make it feel good. Maybe you want to just dangle and sway. It's up to you. And then bring your hands to the mat, palms to the mat if they're not there already, underneath the shoulders. Pivot on your feet so your heels are in, toes are out. And start to bend your knees out over your toes, bringing the hips down just about as low as the knees. Roll the shoulders up now. Bring the shoulders over the hips. Reach the hands straight up like a Y. Fingers spread wide, palms facing forward, and sink a little lower into the hips. Horse pose. 3 breaths here. There's a tendency here to lean forward, to bring your chest forward. Try and keep your shoulders up over your hips. 1 more breath. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, hands up, 5-pointed star. And then as you exhale, pivot on your feet, left toes forward, left hand forward, coming to warrior 2 with your left knee right over your left ankle. Lift the rib cage. Big breath in here. And as you exhale, sweep the right hand forward, your gaze forward, lift the right heel. And then inhale, hands up to the ceiling for your crescent lunge. Exhale, let's bring the hands all the way down and around. Frame the front foot. And here you can step back to plank, child's pose, or down dog. If you've taken plank, let's bring the shoulders forward. Lower halfway or all the way to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. You can take 3 breaths here. Pedal your feet, move around, swing your hips. And then when you're ready, lift the heels, bend the knees, make your way back to your tabletop pose. Feel free to make some circles with your body here. Go one way and then the other. Maybe find a cat-cow if you like. You can make some circles with the rib cage. Kind of finding cat-cow from the side, so lifting the ribs up and around. Just moving around so that you feel good is what I'm really interested in. And then whatever you've been up to, find that long straight spine. Shoulders over the wrists. And let's extend the left leg back. Curl into the toes. And you can rock back and forth a couple of times. Just working into the sole of the foot, the toes, the heel, the calf. And then finding your shoulders over your wrists. Let's lift that left heel till it's about hip height. Try and keep your hips level here. Nice big breath in. As you exhale, lift the navel, round the spine like an angry cat, and draw your left knee in towards your chest. Inhale to extend. 2 more times we're going to do that. Each time trying to bring your thigh right to your tummy, the top of your thigh to your tummy. Inhale to extend. Maybe you get it. Maybe it's you got to work on that a little bit. It's all good. Last time, squeeze it in. And inhale to extend. As you exhale, lower the left toes, left leg still extended. Press into your palms, your left toes. Lift the right knee up off of the mat. Inhale to settle your right foot back next to your left. And now we're going to make our way to side plank on the left. So just rolling to the outer left foot, inner right foot. Right hand can reach to the ceiling or come to your hip. Stack or stagger the feet. One breath here. And then when you are ready, you can bring the right foot forward, coming into a runner's lunge. Sink the hips, roll the shoulders back. Just a little bit of movement here. We're really stretching into the front of the left hip. It's kind of a fun transition to make from side plank. Right hand comes inside the right foot, and we're going to walk the hands around to the long edge of the mat. Forward fold. Again, take this forward fold any way that feels good. You can do the same thing you did last time, or maybe you have something else you want to do. Maybe you want to try a different sensation now. It's up to you. Fingertips to the mat underneath the shoulders. Pivot on your feet now so the heels are in, toes are out. Bend into your knees, tracking your knees out over your middle toe or out over your toes, and sink the hips. From here, we can roll the spine up and find our horse pose. Sink into the hips. Now we can stay still with it like we did the first time, or if you like, you can lift the right heel. Big breath in and lower as you exhale. Nice slow movements. Inhale, lifting the right heel, left heel. I'm always getting those confused. And exhale, lower. Maybe one more breath for 3 breaths. Lift both heels. Exhale to lower. Inhale, straighten up through both your legs, 5-pointed star. As you exhale, warrior 2. So your right fingers, your right toe, your right knee, all facing the front of the mat. The hips, the chest, the left toes facing the long edge of the mat. Big breath in. Sink into this a little bit for the exhale. Inhale, sweep the left hand forward. Lift the left heel. And as you exhale, hands can come up, sink the hips. Big breath in. Exhale, circle hands around, frame the front foot, and see if you can lift that right foot back to meet the left. So don't let it drag along the mat. Come into child's pose, down dog, or plank. And if you're in plank, let's bring the shoulders forward. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, let's lift the heels, bend the knees, bring the knees to the width of the mat. Unhook your toes and slide your hips back to a child's pose. Breath in, breath in. Inhale to table. Make your way to your seat. And then we're going to go onto our backs for Savasana. Now, if there's any last stretches, movements, shapes that you would like to take before you get into Savasana, this is your chance to really personalize your practice. So get your mind out of the way, let your body lead, and take a little bit of movement. Anything that feels good. It does not have to be a yoga pose with a yoga name or anything like that. Just any kind of stretch, movement, shape that feels good for you. And if heading straight into Savasana is it, then by all means, do that. Take another couple of breaths with whatever shape feels good for you here. I'm finding myself in a reclined butterfly. And then make your way into Savasana. Commonly cued as corpse pose, you can change this up so that you are completely comfortable. Use blankets, props, anything, pillows, anything that you need to so that you can be as absolutely comfortable as you wish. And if that means flipping over and lying on your front or your side or sitting up, anything that feels so that your body can fully relax. We'll stay in it for a few more moments and then we'll come out of it together. Now when you're ready to begin moving again, start with a couple of really deep breaths. Really fill the body. And then a long, slow exhale. Do that again. And then notice that the energy is starting to move around your body again. Now help it out. Start to wiggle through your fingers and toes. Start to move that energy around from the external, from the extremities in now. Working up through your arms and legs, continuing those nice deep breaths while you find your way into a big stretch. And then bring your knees into your chest. Sway from side to side or make some circles with your knees. And from here, you can find your way up to a comfortable seat. You can roll onto your side and then get up. Or you can roll the length of your spine. Find your way to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like with a long, tall spine. Nice big breath in, reach your hands up. As you exhale, thumbs to the third eye and hinge forward. Namaste. I'm really glad you're here with me today. I hope you like this. Leave me a note in the comments. Let me know what you think about this practice. I'd be happy to make more for you. Have a good day.